Hello, my Vibe Tribe. Welcome to the Daily Vibe. It is Thursday. I had to think about that. It's April Fool's Day. Rabbit, because it's the first day of the month. Things to think on Thursday. So, I'm going to wait a few moments for some people to pop on. I thought about doing an April Fool's joke, but then I thought 2021 was a joke enough, or 2020, sorry. 2021 I have higher hopes for. But 2020 was a big enough joke, so now that the world is starting to open up again about a year later, I figure I'll save it maybe for next year. So we'll just have to see, won't we? April Fool's Day will be on Friday next year. Ooh. So, how is everyone today? It's Thursday. Heading into the weekend. It's going to be a fun one, I hope. It's still really warm here, so I thought I would do the mindful messages today. I really love this deck. It's just, look how colorful it is, right? It's just so pretty. It's like Uno cards almost. Good morning, baby sibling. Good morning, Sammy. Thanks. My Just Fab dress, baby sibling, that I got a while ago. Have a polka dot one too. But, yeah, so, oh God, my nose is itchy. Sorry. Whew, must be spring. So, alright, well, I got 3 people on. I'm not sure who the third one is, but let's just roll with it, right? I also have these. I finally finished these yesterday. I just kind of made, my own deck. It got stuck to me. So, alright, let's see what we can gather for Thursday thoughts today. I don't know, that looks like it's a card. Some of these, I write in cursive, but sometimes these are just so hard to kind of read the way they do their script. So, okay, that looks like a good one. Let's pull another one just to go with it. Okay. Things to think on Thursday. It's going to get deep. Oh, Sammy says they're in the middle of pollen hell. Everything is yellow. So remember, guys, just a quick PSA. If somebody sneezes, don't give them the dirty looks, okay? It's pollen season. It is spring. Spring has sprung in people's allergies and their noses, so be kind. Be kind, okay? I'm going to shuffle this one, but this is the one where we always kind of surprise ourselves at the end, where we don't really know what it's going to be. So, Sammy lives in Atlanta. So, Atlanta, right? Or Georgia. So, spring is really sprung. They actually get seasons. All right, so first card we got, tune in. Second one, up and out. So, let's see, tune in. Today, before doing what I normally do, I will take a moment to slow down, to place my hands at my heart space and take a few deep breaths. I will ask myself what I truly want, and I will honor however I am feeling. Now, the interesting thing about that, I did not read that the first one. I was just trying to figure out what tune in. Up and out. To heal the parts of me that feel hurt, I must feel every emotion. It has to come up to come out. I don't try to push my feelings away. I sit with them and feel them as I release them. These came out randomly, but I feel like someone's going to get a good message today. So, you know who you are. But sometimes life is going to throw things at you that you just don't see coming. And everything feels like it's going okay. Everything feels like it's going right. But then, it's like someone just pulls the rug out from right underneath you, right? That's when you need to tune in to yourself. This is what we sometimes talk about when we talk about the shadow work. You have to tune into yourself, because a lot of times there's things in there that they're either triggered, or perhaps we figure that we've healed them. If it's still coming up and coming about, it probably means it is not healed. And that's possible. Like I said, something that kind of upended me last week, I thought it healed, but it turns out it was like all the residue, right? All that icky stuff that's left over. Like if you pull a sticker off of a surface and there's all that sticky stuff left behind, and then you just got to do a little bit extra scrubbing to get it off, or scratching. Don't scratch, please. That's called self-harm, and I do not promote that because that is bad. that is a sure sign that you need help. So, not judging, because I get it. I get it. Trust me. But, yeah, so maybe just cleaning off the surface so that's not such a trigger word. But you really do have to just kind of, I think the up and out goes perfectly with tuning in. And I think I would like to reverse how that is. So again, up and out. To heal the parts of me that feel hurt, I must feel every emotion. It has to come up to come out. I don't try to push my feelings away. I sit with them and feel them as I release them. And then to tune in, today before doing what I normally do, I will take a moment to slow down, to place my hands at my heart space and take a few deep breaths. I will ask myself what I truly want, and I will honor however I am feeling. I can't tell you enough how well these two cards go together. Good morning, baby bear. Thank you. Thank you to everybody for the compliments. Sometimes when we're feeling these emotions, we do kind of have that instinct to push it down because you don't want to feel it. But when you hear the analogy about sailing through the storm, or that one that goes around, the whoever you choose as a bad figure whispered to me, something about the storm, and then the person answers back, I am the storm. It's like, you know what, that's what they're saying. Whatever's whispering to you in your ear that is negative, that needs to be healed. That's where you take the time out to tune in, take the deep breaths. Remember, you can do it to breathe into the count of 4, breathe out to the count of 8, because you want to exhale everything, right? You want to feel like all the air is out of your diaphragm. And, or if you're not comfortable with that, because some people do have claustrophobia issues, you can do a count of 8 for both. Breathe into the count of 8, hold it for a moment, exhale to the count of 8. And a lot of times this really helps too when it comes to feeling tense or anxiety or just pressure, period. Any kind of pressure, whether it's physical or mental. It may not always get rid of the pains, but it can help you calm down enough that, you can kind of see your way through this and guide yourself through this. So when they're talking about the up and out, we've talked about this a lot in the past, where you really just kind of have to write it out. But when you're riding through that storm, just don't quit. Don't throw your anchor, okay? Just keep sailing through, because you will get through it. Some of you may have a ton of emotions that you need to get through. Some of you may only have 1 or 2. Some of you may not have any at all, but the healing part could also just be whatever is happening to you in the moment. Tune in. What is it that you have to release? Why do people yell at cars when they're on the road? I told you, I yell at cars when I'm on the road because I panic. And to be honest with you, I shouldn't panic because I'm not tooting my own horn. See what I did there with the car? Toot my own horn. But I'm a decent driver. I have been complimented on my driving. So, especially by my dad. My dad is a fantastic driver. I think he's only gotten 1 ticket in his life, and even that one was questionable. And I'm being honest. He doesn't like to give up control of the car. Unless, someone is his DD, his designated driver, but he lets me drive. So that's, to me, a huge compliment. And that means a lot, because it means that what you've learned and what you've taken, you're applying to somewhere else, and someone is seeing that. So it's not just about, someone's letting go of control and letting you drive. It's about you giving up control and letting the right things, the right feelings, the right emotions guide you in the path of healing. We can't always control everything. I've learned that the hard way. It is not the way to live, where you try to control every single thing of your life. Because when you do slip and you do lose that control, it hurts. And you start to go into an episode, you start to spiral. Things just don't feel right. You feel like the whole world is crashing around you because of one slip. So this is why sometimes that letting go of that control and letting, your higher power, whether it's God, whoever your higher power is, the universe, even just your spirit guides, your angels, whatever it is that you choose to believe in, whatever your higher power is, give them control. They're not guiding you because they're being punished. They're guiding you because they want to see you do your best in life. They want to make sure that you are on the right path, and every time we fight against it, we're just kind of putting ourselves back behind the 8 ball. And I speak from experience here, and if you don't really truly believe in anything, follow your spidey instincts. Your body has its own intuition. Okay. Oh, I'm glad Baby Bear. Baby Bear says she feels like she needed to hear this, but you really do have to let go of that control. You have to just, it's not always going to be pretty. Okay. It's not always going to be pretty, but also let go of the anger, let go of the hate, let go of all of that shitty stuff. If you need to walk away from somebody, walk away from somebody. But that doesn't mean you have to carry the feelings with you. It doesn't mean you have to carry the guilt with you. It doesn't mean that you have to carry the worry and the pain that has been brought along. It's hard to walk away from people. I have done it, but I had to do it for my own well-being, because it was just, there's always going to be negativity in your life. That's just how the world rolls. But how you deal with it is up to you. How you challenge yourself to make better changes for yourself is up to you. Does this situation or whatever bring peace and positivity to my life? Does it add to my life? And if it does, what is it adding? Is it adding something good, or is it adding something bad? And if it's not adding something good, then you need to walk away. Even if you just need to take a breather, you need to walk away. And it is hard. It is hard. There are situations that I've been in where I had to walk away because the people just did not bring anything to my life. They did not add anything to my life, and it is hard and it can cause tension sometimes, but you have to do what's best for you. And what's best for you is what adds the good things to your life. Like I said, we're humans. We're constantly going to be dealing with negativity and positivity, but how we deal with the negativity is up to us. It truly is up to us. So remember to tune in, and remember, you have to feel the emotions to free the emotions. And that's pretty good. I should write that down. But you really do. You have to feel them and you have to process them. If you don't and you push it down, it will come back up. It will find a way back. And it may come out in a way that just doesn't make any sense to you. You might be walking one day and just be like, F you to the world, and be like, wow, where the hell did that come from? And you may not realize that it's because the emotion you push down, and it's just trying to free itself. It's like shaking up a bottle of soda and then expecting it not to explode. I mean, like a hard shake. Okay. Or not expecting it to go everywhere when you lift when you take the cap off, right? I mean, I've done that. I've done that recently. I dropped it and I thought it was fine later. No. 5 minutes later, poof, everywhere. And it wasn't my soda. So I'm glad that I did it. Because I would have hated if I brought it to somebody and it went poof, right in their face. So on. It was actually my dad's soda. Ooh, my bad. But or baby sibling and her greens. Her greens went everywhere today. She sent me the picture. It was hilarious. And I say it was hilarious because I've done that. When we put we generally put a fizz stick in there. And then if you shake it, even if you don't shake it, sometimes that stuff just, because it's like a carbonation, right? And it's a very brief carbonation, but it's enough to make it's enough to pop the top off of a shaker bottle, okay, and send it everywhere. So mind your greens too. But yeah, just, find a way to tune into yourself. Find a way to heal the bits that need to be healed, even if it's just residue of things that are going away. If it is still bothering you, then baby sibling saying, yeah, I don't even think I shook it. So see, the fizz. The fizz is strong. It's like a Jedi. The fizz is strong in there, in her, in you, in it. Whatever. But tune in. Like I said, if something's still bothering you and something is still hurting you, and it's not so much a memory, but it still brings feelings with it, then it probably still needs to be healed. Maybe you just need to wipe off that sticky residue and, clean the surface a little bit, more, because it's not gone yet. And when I say the memories come back and it still hurts, obviously memories are going to hurt, but I mean, let's put it this way. If 9 times out of 10, that memory hurts you, it's got to go. If you feel nothing, except maybe, I don't know, a victory over, like if it's something bad, right? I mean, I always hate to bring this up because I don't really like talking about myself when it comes to this stuff. I don't mind sharing my experiences because I realize they help people, but I don't want people to think I'm always focusing on my childhood trauma. But it was things like that, because that's what happened last week. It came up, and boy, I thought it was healed, and I whooshed. That was my soul cry. Actually, it wasn't even last week. It was Sunday night. That's why I couldn't sleep. That's why I got half an hour of sleep, because I was up all night. And I don't know if I just didn't want to go to sleep because I was afraid it was going to be in my dreams, or I just couldn't sleep because I thought it was done with, and it was just kind of like rolling around in my head. But I did heal it, and I did clean off that residue. And who knows, there might be more residue left over. But the thing is that I had thought I healed it a long time ago, because 9 times out of 10, I feel nothing except victorious when I have those memories, because I realize I didn't just survive. I'm a warrior, okay? And there are warriors for all different things. It could be illnesses. Excuse me. It could be, pain that you've suffered, physical or emotional. When you survive something, you're not just surviving. Somebody reminded me of that yesterday when I shared my story with them, because they were in the same boat as me. And they're starting to discover who they are. And it's so beautiful to see people starting to discover their strengths, starting to heal their traumas, no matter what that trauma is. It could be anything. Never think, if something hurts you, never think it's small compared to somebody else. I mean, what happened to me, but what happens to you and it hurts you, that happens to you, and I'm right there for you if you need me. Okay? Because it doesn't matter what we suffered to get to this finish line. It's the fact that we get there together. And if somebody needs help crossing that finish line, then you get up and you help them. Okay? It doesn't matter. Nobody's problems are less than your own. Nobody's problems are bigger than your own. We all have different things that we deal with on different levels. Okay? There are different levels of pain. There are different levels of emotional trauma. There's different levels of physical trauma. But in the end, we're all there trying to help each other get through. Okay? So don't forget that. Don't minimize your pain because you don't think it's big enough. Okay? There's no such thing. Your pain is big enough to harm you and to hurt you. So that means it needs to be healed. All right. I just want people to know that. I want people to understand that. It's like grieving. There are different levels of grieving. Everybody grieves differently. Everybody has a different thing they're grieving over. And, grieving isn't just about death. It's about losing something. I grieved the loss of my job. I grieved having my position being eliminated. I mean, I wasn't just being laid off. My position was being eliminated. And I felt so unimportant all of a sudden. I felt like I didn't matter. Like my position didn't matter, and I put 15 years of blood, sweat, and tears into that. So it hurt, and it hurt for a long time. And seeing how I'm talking about it now, I think it might still hurt. I don't know. Might have to heal that too. But whatever. I know I'm in a better place. I mean, I know right now in the climate that we're in, it is harder to find a job, but I'm glad I'm not there anymore. And I'm going to say that straight out. And I don't care who knows it. Because I loved the people I worked with, but after a while you start feeling overlooked. And, it's not bitter. I had a lot of wonderful years there. I had a lot of fun there when I was there. And I just know it was time for me to move on, and I did. And, as crappy as it was, the way that I was kind of pushed to move on, I know that it was meant to happen. There was a reason for everything. See, just healed it. So that was my reminder that everything happens for a reason. So remember, guys, don't minimize your pain. Reach out for help. Don't think that somebody else won't care. If somebody else is going through something, though, you might want to look to a different person. Because when someone's going through their own trauma, it's not always that easy to be there for somebody else, and that can cause tension, that can cause pain. And, I've been there, I've done that too. And a lot of times when that person tries to give something of themselves and they have nothing left, you're actually depleting their cup. So just, pick wisely. And then, just say, hey, I have something I'd like to run by you when you're ready. And if you're not, please be honest with me, and be honest with people. If you've got nothing in your tank, be honest with them. Okay? And say, you know what? I really want to be there for you, but I just have nothing left in me right now. Baby sibling and I have done that. We have done that for, mostly she's done that for me, but because, the end of my journey really kind of came at the beginning of hers. Or I should say that the last leg of my journey really came at the beginning of her first leg of her journey that she's on currently, that I think she's on. I'm kind of speaking for her, so sorry, baby sibling, but she knows what I mean. So anyways, guys, up and out, tune into yourself, heal your stuff, heal your shadow self. Your shadow self wants to shine in the light, right? It wants to be a part of the sunlight. It wants to be a part of you and a part of your world. It doesn't want to hide behind the walls anymore, behind the trees and behind the curtains. Bring it out into the sunlight. She's like, I got you too. But so anyways, let's see what the mystery card is. We've had this one before, but it's a great one. All we need is love. Be the love you want to see in the world. So there you go. Okay. Tune in. This is your heart card. See all the hearts? And see this flower childy hippie person, whichever one you choose. Flower children were not that political. Hippies were. So there's the difference. There is your definition. Sibling calls me a flower child all the time. My dad calls me a hippie all the time. I don't think he realizes it, but he'll call me a hippie from time to time. But I am too young to be either. But I guess figuratively I can be. So in the mindset of one. But yeah, they kind of went the way of the ghost by the time I was born. But anyway, be the love you want to see in the world. I think that's the simplest and best message anyone can get. Just be the love you want to see in the world. It's not always easy. No one's telling you have to go out there and be cheery and smiley and happy every single day. But just when you go to bed at night, have peace in your heart and know that you did your best. Okay? Even if it wasn't your best. Don't kick yourself for it. Just say, you know what? I did my best today. And that's all you have to say. I did my best today. And when you wake up in the morning, I choose happy. I'm going to try to do my best today. We'll see what happens. I wake up and think, you know what? Let's see what today brings. Because you never know. It's always a crapshoot. So just don't kick yourself. Don't kick yourself when you're down. Okay? Enough people try to kick people when they're down. Don't be one of them. Don't do it to you. Don't do it to others. So that's my mommy and me talking to all of you. Be kind. So I guess that's it. That was the most abrupt ending, wasn't it? If I just turn this off right now and say, bye, see ya. But anyways, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. That is your Things to Think on Thursday. Tune in, guys. Tune into yourselves. Find out what you need. It's not always about healing trauma either. Tune in to your needs. A lot of times we spend so much time tuning into everybody else's needs, especially if you're parents or if you're married. You know, I mean, I have to tune into my cats and myself, and sometimes older sibling, because when she's in a flare up, it's not pretty. But for the most part, I only have to take care of myself. So, you know, not that hard, although it is me. So that's a feat in itself. But just tune in to what you need. That way you can fill your happy cup and you can serve from the overflow of that happy cup. Okay? Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for Aloha Friday, which is Glow with the Flow Friday. Yay! And Sammy made me cards. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I'm sorry, I almost forgot. I know, this is like one of those movies that you think are over and then keep going. Yesterday I talked about snail mail. Sammy sent me a letter. She was telling me yesterday after I texted her thanking her. She's like, I was hoping it would get there today, since you had just talked about receiving snail mail. I was so excited. So you know what? Again, I think maybe I'll do some letter writing today, because I love sending out letters. I don't care. I mean, yeah, we have email and yeah, we have all the stuff, but sending out a letter, it's just fun to get in the mail, even if it's just writing. I mean, don't open stuff expecting to get stuff and have it fall out. I mean, it's just the fact that someone took the time to write you a letter should mean everything. So, anyways, now have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will talk to everybody tomorrow for Glow with the Flow Friday.